Good evening, all. Welcome to today's webinar on how to score best marks in zoology. Before we start the webinar, let us see the tools that we develop for the students community, how they can use EdGroom to take better career decisions. Let us see first what is a blog. Hi, in this I am going to explain another important tool for the students and parents, that is EdBlog. In EdBlog, we see a curated content related to different topics. For example, this article, the Q&A with the expert in chemical engineering, written by a professor from Andhra University. So, in this blog, he explained everything about the chemical engineering. Why one should take chemical engineering? What is the advantages of chemical engineering? What are the job prospects? Which is the best call? Like this, Professor Chittubabu Garu explained everything about the chemical engineering. So like this, we have different articles. Let's see one more. And how to score best marks in chemistry, which was written by the senior most chemistry faculty, Anuradha Tenneti ma'am. In this, he answered the various doubts students generally have, like what are the important topics, what are the subjects you should study, other topics, the subtopic that one should study for getting better marks in chemistry. So we can have another senior faculty member, Dr. G.V. Sridhar. He wrote an article about the electronic and communication engineering. Then we have some articles exclusively for the details about the IITs, what are the available seats in IITs. So students can just click the link here. They can browse all the information here. The main advantage of this section is here you get all the comprehensive information about the 4 years BTech degrees at IITs. So we can just go through all the details of it. If a student want to know about a particular exam like BITSAT, so a blog was written. Here all the information related to BITSAT was given. The students can understand just by looking at the article. If they want to know exactly more information, they can just click this BITSAT admission website. They can go there. And even we have provided a comment section, so user can use their comment. So this is a very useful product that we developed at EdGroom to help the students and parents to take better career decisions. Thank you. Now let's see another important tool that we developed. Very, very useful to all the students and parents. That is EdNews. Hello. In this, I'm going to explain one of the most unique feature of this website, that is AdBytes. Let's see what is inside AdBytes. In AdBytes, you find the content from different sources, which is very useful to the students. In this, you can see a content related to different courses, different exams, different careers, like this. For example, a student who is preparing for JEE Mains exam, if he simply enters JEE Mains, you see the results. All the articles related to JEE Mains you can see there. So you can see a lot of information about the JEE Mains exam, how to prepare, what are the important dates, what are the books related. So you can browse a lot of articles related to just JEE Mains exam. Let's see how you get the results on Google. Suppose in Google, if I simply type JEE Mains, look at the results here. Now you look at the results in AdBytes. Here, all the information is related to the students' interests. For example, if I just type NEET exam here, look at the content. So here, how to prepare for the NEET exam. Everything is related to only the NEET exam. All the content is NEET and options beyond MBBS. These articles will definitely help the students. The same way, if I type same NEET in Google, what happens you see? So here, if you look at the content that you are seeing in Google, is not as relevant as you are getting in AdBytes there. So here you require further search. But here in AdBytes, the content is more suitable. Suppose a student is preparing for law, he just type the word law, you'll get all the information related to law. So this is the main advantage for the students. So those who wish to see information related to their career, they can browse all that from this AdBytes. So it is a very, very useful tool for the students who want to take their career to higher level. Thank you. In this, I'm going to explain one of the important tools on this website, that is EdForum. In this EdForum, a student, a parent can pose the question, whatever question they have related to any course, a college, or a career. And those questions will be answered by people from different fields. Even some of the students who know the answers can post their answers. So it is a best platform where one can post their questions, or even they can answer the questions that are existing. So you can see how to become artificial engineer, or is MS in artificial intelligence degree enough? What is the entry level salary in US? So this question was answered by scientists. That's not wiki. So like this, questions will be answered by people who are expert in their fields. So please share your question in this EdForum. Definitely questions will be answered very soon. Thank you. Now let's see another important tool that we developed, that is Ed Alerts. Hi, in this I'm going to explain about an important tool related to exams, that is Ed Alerts. In this tool, we provided the brief information about the various exam notifications. If a student wishes to see the details of that particular exam, simply if you click on it, you'll see the brief details of that exam. For example, if you look at the JEE Advanced exam, so there we have written what is the exam date and what are the timings for each paper. And if they want to see more details about that exam, they simply click the link given below and they'll be directed to the official website. So like this, they can see the details about that every exam and all the notifications will be posted here. So students can see the information related to that exam, and if they want more details about that exam, they simply click that link, web link, and it will be directed to their original website. There they can browse everything they want. So this tool is very useful to the students to know in nutshell about each exam notification. Thank you. So this website is completely based on machine learning and artificial intelligence. So if you really wanted to get the benefit of this website, my request is please register on the website so that you get all the personalized information related to your career. Now let's see what is the advantage of registering on EdGroup. Hello, hi, this is Venkatesh Panyam, co-founder of EdGroup. In this video, I'm going to explain briefly what is the advantage of registering on this website. First, you have to click the sign up button. There you need to fill up all the details like name, you can select the grade, you have to fill your mobile number, email address, password, you can set your password, all that. Once you register here, after registration, you can go to sign in button. In this sign in, you have to enter your email address, registered email address and your password. Then you just click login button. Once you log in, you will be directed to this My Profile page, where you need to fill up some more details in order to get the personalized experience on this website. All the notifications that you get on your mobile app will be based on this profile. Even if you don't fill these points on this profile, still you can see all the content in the website. There's nothing that can stop you. But the advantage of filling the profile is data will be personalized. All the content you can see depends on this profile that you fill. Here you can select the languages in which you want to see the content. You can choose either English or Telugu, or you can choose both. Then you need to type the institute where you are studying, the board, and the class you are in, and the stream you are currently pursuing, and the interested. Based on your stream, here for example, when I click MPC, I got lot of streams. So I got engineering entrance exams. I can choose multiple. I'm interested in engineering, engineering entrance exam. So only. Then based on these interests, you have some career options. So I just want to weather technology, mathematics and computing. You can select a number of areas related to or I can say aeronautical engineering. So you can select all the career options related to your interest. Then simply update your profile. So now onwards, whatever you see, the content will be based on your interests. Let's see how it affects your advice. In advice, if you look at, since you have chosen MPC, all the results will be based on MPC only. Day means exam, get notifications, all that will be based on MPC only. Board exams, day advance, MSET, AVPY, all this content is relevant to MPC 3. Suppose in profile, if a student select MPC, let's see how it is going to change. Now I'll select IPC in the place of MPC. Then automatically interests will changes. So now I'm interested in, let's say, medicine. So I need to select some of the branches. So I want to do MBBS, or I can select some BSMS. Like that, I can select whatever the options I want to use. Just update. Now let's go to the same advice. Now see here, once you enter those IPC I've entered in profile, so now look at this content I've changed. Here we got optometry, NEET exam. Now every content that you see in advice is based on your personal interests. So when I'm preparing for MPC, I'll get all the content related MPC. When I'm preparing for BPC, I'll get all the content for BPC. So in this way, in every tool you're going to witness, the data will be based on your personal interest. So this site completely works on the personalization. If you complete the profile, then you can experience and you can see all the data related to your career. Now let's see what the EdGroom ambassadors have to say, and just understand why one should join EdGroom from these ambassadors. Let's watch one more video.
What should I choose after my 10th? They say PCM has more scope than PCB. Shall I go for it?
I like biology a lot. What if I couldn't make it in NEET after 12th? Could I able to face the pressure?
I want to be an IITian or NITian in future, and I need good coaching for it. Where do I take my admission in?
Now that my MCET rank is decent enough, so which colleges should I choose for admissions in Vizag?
Do I really want to do engineering, or am I just going with the flow? Well, I've always wanted to prepare for civil exams. So what should I do now?
Is CSE really worth all the hype? What about ECE and GP? Should I do much research about it or stick to CSE? What if I don't get a job after taking up other branches? Questions like these have been haunting us for the past 2 years now. We never had a clarity as to what to choose or where to go. There always has been a doubt lurking in the corner of our minds.
But after using a platform like EdGroom, we have been able to gain some clarity regarding our decisions and choices. Experienced people in these fields have helped us to be firm with our decisions.
What is EdGroom? EdGroom is an online platform that clarifies all your doubts regarding your career choices and gives you valuable advice. It has an answer for every question of yours.
EdGroom is not only confined to science streams but also other streams like arts, commerce, etc. And since it's an online platform, you can have an access to it anytime.
This platform is run by experienced people like Venkatesa, who has been a lecturer for 2 years in intermediate. He has given the right guidance and
Venkatesh sir's way of approaching the students was unique and fair, and he has always been kind enough in clarifying the doubts.
People like Venkatesh sir are many on EdGroom who are willing to help the students. They'll help you to dream big and achieve big. So without any delay, take up your chance and make the right choice.
We are conducting webinars on every Sunday. And last time, 2 weeks back, we conducted one webinar based on how to choose careers after 10th class. And many students have watched the webinars. And I just want to share one video where one of the students benefited from the webinars that we conducted. And after watching the video, she have taken a decision in order to pursue a career in BPC. So let's see what she has to say.
Today in front of students who want to choose the career in their passionate interest is that they are going all way wrong. Me, aspiring to be a doctor from my childhood, have heard many controversies that PCB is a tough course for an individual to secure a seat. And at some time, I have decided to take MPC so that it makes me easy to secure a seat. But I felt regret about it. At EdGroom, I researched about NEET and I've got much useful information. After the EdGroom webinar of career options after 10th, I learned that nothing here is too tough or too easy. EdGroom made me feel confident of what I'm willing to do. Not only me, but there are many of my friends who are confused to know their careers. I advised them to make research about it in EdGroom and the result was good. So finally, I suggest every student to join EdGroom and attend webinars to know more about career options. Thank you.
So that is the power of the webinars we conducted, and many students have benefited from us. And these webinars are helping a lot of students to take better career decisions. And I request everyone, please register with us, and you can just take you briefly to our website. So this is our YouTube channel. So just you can come to YouTube and you can find out all the conducted webinars. So we have conducted so far for especially those students who are preparing for NEET exam. So we have conducted one webinar with NVS sir. He's a senior most faculty in Sri Chaitanya. So this is a general view of how to prepare and what are the seats available, what are the colleges. So we have discussed all that in this target NEET and strategy and success formula by NVS sir. So those people who are interested in NEET exam, they are welcome to watch the video. And in addition to that, you can suggest your siblings who want to join NPC or other courses. So every Sunday, we conduct one webinar based on one topic. So I request everyone who is watching this webinar, please suggest your siblings or your friends to join EdGroom. Let me show you what exactly we do at EdGroom. As we have seen in the video, EdGroom is a social platform where students, parents can benefit from it by just registering in this website. It is completely free. You don't need to pay anything for it. And what exactly the advantage for the students who are intermediate or want to pursue higher studies? Let me just show you how this website can make a difference in your career. Murali Krishna sir, welcome sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, thanks for accepting, sir. Everybody
Yes,
is
sir.
waiting eagerly. we'll just take another 5 minutes, sir, before we
Yes,
start the
sir. No
webinar.
problem, sir. Please carry on,
Yeah,
sir.
yes, sir. Thank you so much. So, dear students and parents, friends who are watching this webinar, I welcome you all this wonderful evening. My name is Venkatesh Panyam. I'm the co-founder of EdGroom. We started this website on the September 5th, and from October 1st week onwards, we are conducting the webinars. And in less than 4 months, we got a wonderful response from the students and parents and even teachers also. We thank all our teachers. And we almost near to 950 registrations so far. This is all possible only because of the teachers and the students who are interested to understand what exactly it is all about. So this is just let me take you and quick. So this is our team. So we have a wonderful team, people who are experienced and they are from different fields. Yeah, myself, I am a physics teacher, by the way, and he is my friend Akala Srinivas. He's in US. He's also as a math teacher, and Dr. Haribabu is a English faculty and he's a vice principal at Lend Engineering College. Then we have Dr. Srinivas Rao. He's a professor at Delhi University. Then next week we are going to see this webinar on horse education by Dr. Satish. And Jampa Srinivas Garu is a trainer by profession. And even GTS sir, Mr. Srinivas Garu is a math teacher. Vanibala Garu is a senior trainer as well as is the company, CEO of the company. And we have a Sheetal Yadav. And even we encourage students to be part of EdGroom. These are our interns who are working effortlessly to make this platform one of the best platforms. So here, my dear students and parents, we have developed a few tools which are very useful to the students community. We say EdForum, EdBlog, EdNews, and EdAlerts. These are the 4 important tools. These are going to definitely help you a lot. Especially this EdForum is all about a place where you can post your doubts. It is a place where a student will post doubts and experts from different fields will answer the questions. So you also can answer them if you are a registered member. Not only you can question, but you also can answer. So it is a place where a lot of discussion happens related to different exams. So this was the question. See, why can't India conduct a common exam like that? So as other students have answered it. So this is the advantage of this website where students can question and students can answer also. So in that way, you can share your knowledge with other friends and classmates also. Then we have a blog, EdBlog, where we are putting a lot of content, a completely curated content, where you find a lot of articles related to various careers and various topics. So students can just utilize these topics. Then this is a very, very important what we call as a product that we have developed in EdGroom. So since most of you are all the students who are attending this today are from NEET, right? So you have a lot of questions related to NEET. You don't need to go to anywhere. Just come to our website. Just put the word NEET. You just see how many articles you are going to get here. So all these articles which are related to just NEET exam only. So you can see a lot of article related to question paper analysis, results, and even NEET toppers also you can just put. So we are working on this search engine. See, these are the toppers of last NEET exam 2021. You can see their interviews. For example, generally what we do is whenever you have a question, we generally go to Google or we will type there. Suppose if I type in this search engine, see the search results, how I'm going to get. Say, for example, if I keep NEET here. So here, look at the difference between our website and this here. Here, all the content that we have shown you related to your search. So NEET toppers listing. Here, if you look at this one, there is a lot of difference between the content that we're showing here and there. So definitely, this website is very useful to the students. And if you really wanted to benefit, only thing is you need to check your profile. And I've seen a lot of students are registering, but they're not filling the profile. Profile makes a lot of difference because, as I said, it completely works on personalization, and the personalization happens only based on your profile. We use machine learning and even artificial intelligence. So here a student can choose the profile. Suppose if I just take convert into MPs in my profile after filling all the details, look at here how my news is going to change. Now see, now I'm getting engineering. So previously I got all the NEET results. Now I can see all the information related to engineering. So if you register here as a BIPC student, for example, I just changed to BIPC now so that you can witness the difference. Now I have taken BIPC as my profile because after entering all the details, I changed my profile. Now if you look at and come to the set news, now you see this have changed to NEET exam. So Aish. So all the content that we now see is only related to your biology. So this is the main advantage of this website. I request every student, parent, please register on the website, and we have a even app also, just a 2 MB app. Please go to Google Play Store, download the app. What is the advantage of downloading the app? You get all the personal notifications related to webinars, and if any article is added related to career, you will get all the information. So I welcome once again all the students, parents, and my friends for today's webinar. And we are going to start this webinar today. Definitely, I should thank Murali Krishna sir for accepting this invitation to give a webinar. I'll just take a few minutes to introduce Murali Krishna sir. Sorry, I was muted. I request everyone, please post your questions in the at forum, and those questions will be answered by Murali Krishna sir. Utilize this at forum, and let us start the webinar. I introduce Murali Krishna sir. Murali Krishna Podali, he completed his MSc in 2003. His MSc is in Zoology, that is in Marine Biotechnology from Andhra University. After that, he completed his PhD in 2012, again from Andhra University. In space, the area of interest was gamma DNA technology on salt tolerance, gene formation, mangrove flora and fauna of India. And he worked as a senior research scholar at ICAR in projects, applications of microorganisms in agriculture and allied sectors in ICAR. And he worked as the head of the department and faculty in DNR PG College, Bhimvara, which is a very reputed college in that area. And after that, he shifted to intermediate colleges, and he worked as a senior faculty in corporate colleges. Presently, from last 15 years, he is working in Sri Chaitanya as a zoology faculty. And he is having a lot of experience, and let us utilize all his experience today. I hope this webinar will greatly enhance your zoology preparation, and definitely Sir is going to take you to the next level. Thank you so much, Murali Krishna, for your acceptance to give a webinar to the students community. Sir, I'll start sharing my screen so that
Yes,
we
sir.
can go ahead. Right, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you for giving this introduction for me.
It's my pleasure, sir. You are such an awesome person. I have seen your slides. Even though I am teaching physics, now I am very interested in biology because I have seen your slides because we prepared a lot of information. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
definitely this is going to help students. Sir, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Right. Let me share the screen, sir. Yeah. Good evening once again. Now the time is yours, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good evening, my dear students and parents. Today we are going to make a beautiful and very important and essential session for the NEET aspirants. So NEET aspirants means there are 20 lakhs of people always trying to grab NEET MBBS seat, but only few members can achieve that. The dreaming is different and achievement is different. In such cases, what we need to understand the NEET competition, how much it is, and how we can achieve by the step by step, not by the hurry. It is by the step by step and sequential and systematic management in our side, which will make very beneficial. And moreover, in this session, we are going to discuss some of the points like the competition of the NEET exam and difficulties of the subjects and types of the questioning which are rising from the NEET exam from the last 3 years and 4 years and recent years, what they modified, and later mode of the preparation and how to face the exam and what are the simple success tips to find out the solution to reach NEET exam. These are the important areas we are going to discuss. Stay connected, and you and me, we can make some communication to make a beneficial conversation in between you and me. Then let us start here. So exam pattern, it is very familiar to you because if you are in a corporate sector, you are doing this exam for continuously every week. While in that case, you can find 180 questions you have to answer out of 200. Your score will be 720. And in every section, 35 questions are should be right, and 15 questions in the section B. Among the section B, 15 questions you have to write 10, and plus means that is a correct question, you'll get 4 marks, and negative there is -1 mark, and unattempted no marks. Here it is, you have to find this wrong answer will carry negative. So here you need to understand there is no necessity to answer every question. In earlier time, that option was not there, but now there is no need of answer every question. That is the important point. Now let us understand the that is the aims and the JIPMER activities. Closing rank for the aims in 2022 recent time. You can find in New Delhi aims around 710 marks. They got seat in Delhi. Sorry, but 790 no seat for the student in New Delhi. What it means? So out of 720 marks, 709 marks person did not get seat in New Delhi. You can find how much competition is there in here. And moreover, you can find in nearby Hyderabad in Bibi Nagar aims, that is 660 marks is the end point. Means 659 marks person did not get seat in open category for the aims. In case of Mangalagiri, in the next section you can find, in case of Mangalagiri in Andhra Pradesh, also you can find that is 657 is the last mark for getting seat in Mangalagiri aims. So like that, you can find what is the highest competition you are going to observe. In the next section, you can find out the JIPMER levels even. In the case of JIPMER closing levels, general category about 700 marks is the end point, and curricle is 684 marks. So in this case of 700, 684 marks means if you want to get seat for the open category in India level, you must cross about 660 or 680 marks. Then only you will get open category seat in all over India. And moreover, 600 plus mark is a mandatory to get seat in the reputed colleges. Closing ranks in the other institutes, if you take, next one is in Andhra Pradesh also you can find. Among these, you can find some of the important colleges like Vardhaman Mahavir Medical College, VMC, that is in Delhi, and as well as in Varanasi, there is Benares Medical College, and in Vishakhapatnam also you can find that is our AIMS, All India Andhra Medical College. These are all you can find the general ranking category. About 705 is the end rank in New Delhi and the 675. The next slide you can find the Andhra University Vishakhapatnam, that is Andhra Medical College. 644 is the last rank for medical seat in 2020-22. Then in Hyderabad also you can find the same effect you can find in the Vijayawada, that is 624. Next, while in that case, among these, what you did, what you understood from this point means about 20 lakhs of people are going to write exam in 2022. In among the 20 lakhs of people, how many seats are available? That is only 80,000 approximately. Even the government promoting some of the extension content, you can find approximately 80,000 seats are available. In this 80,000, 50% are for the reservation, and remaining 50% are only for the open category. Here I am giving the open category level for the preparation. Then only we can go for the other levels in later time. Okay, so then our next point is in this, you can find what is the topic wise importance of zoology from the last 3 years. Here I am confining for the zoology because I am for the zoology side. That's why I will try to give maximum information, whatever you need to go through different steps to achieve rank through zoology. Means 180 marks is the highest mark we can reach by the zoology. Here you can find animal kingdom, from animal kingdom onwards to ecosystem or ecology. You can find a number of questions what they are giving from the last 3 years, 2019, 20, 21. Among these, you can find which one having highest number of the questions. Here is reproductive health and reproduction. And animal kingdom is another large area which is exposing questions. You can find earthworm, cockroach, and all the structural organization which is raising only few questions. Here you can find some of the important areas like animal kingdom plus human reproduction, reproductive health, and molecular. The next one is evolution and ecology. These are all the important areas. So students should focus these areas which are very important to cover the subject. But one thing you have to remember, there is no choice for the NEET exam for every cases. That means you have to cover entire NCERT book, but you have to focus some bits in much higher level to comparatively, which are very important, because we are having choice of 5 marks. Sorry, 5 bits. So because of the 5 bits, you can grab much information of the important areas. You can choose among these which is the best and highly giving marks for the last 3 years. Understood? Then next one is about these types of the questions generally rising in NEET exam. What are the types of questions rising in NEET? Regarding zoology, I'm making some confirmation. That is, here it is the simple type of MCQ about. So you can find these questions, one statement and the answers are there. These 4 options are generally rising from the NCERT direct statements. You can find 1200 ml of always present inside the lungs is residual volume. So that is the simple type of questions. This you can answer easily if you read NCERT properly. Next type of question is, that is statements. The statements 1 and 2 statements type questions. These are giving 2 or 3 statement type questions are giving. Those are VNTR. Here you can find the VNTR, variable number of tandem repeats, is the direct point from the NCERT, and statement 2 also from the NCERT. That one is making the information in some cases they will change a small portion of the statement to 2 and they are asking as right or wrong like a concept. So here the answer is 1 because both statements are correct. Next one is another type question. Here you can find assertion and reason. Assertion reason questions not there in earlier cases in 2020 up to. So in 2021 they introduced assertion reason type questions. Actually these are questions mainly making complicated for the AIMS exams in earlier cases. But now NEET examination also introduced these assertion reason type questions from the last year onwards. In this case of assertion reason, humoral immunity is the immunity based immunity mediated by the antibodies is the right option. Antibodies are secreted by the both T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes and released into the blood and lymph. In this second reason content, the lymphocytes are not producing antibodies. T lymphocytes are not producing antibodies. B lymphocytes are producing antibodies. That's why answer will be A is the correct one and R is false. That's why A is true and R is false is the correct option for this. So by this way, in this type of questions, you can find the you have to give some more time for the assertion reason, that only one assertion reason is giving from the each subject, which is in the section B only. And next one is matching type questions. In the case of matching type questions, here you can find a column one is having one pattern, column two having another pattern, and finding the questions one with another one comparatively, which one is more familiar and more similar to this. So by that you can find the answers easily. But these complicated matching type questions, 6 to 7 questions are giving in NEET exam. But among these, all the questions are luckily completely from the NCERT without any deviation. Means you are you can answer all the questions if you are properly standard for the NCERT. Next one is correct or incorrect type statements. So they can give 4 or 5 statements. Among these, which one is correct or which one is incorrect. These type questions are also can be easy, but you have to be knowledge in other than concept. The straight lines of NCERT are very important. Means the NCERT lines are very important to find out this questions proper answer. So while in this case of statement type questions, you must have every line by line study in NCERT. That is very mandatory to cover this. These type of questions are giving 2 to 3. And next, another important section in our zoology pattern, that is the general problems in zoology subject. Actually, zoology subject is most easiest subject with comparatively physics, chemistry, and botany. But where they are getting difficult in zoology, that we have to discuss. Before that, first point is the student facing some problems like that is animal scientific names. Approximately 91 scientific names are there in animal kingdom. So the student makes some fear inside whether I capable to maintain the memory of all these 91 animals or other organisms names and their characters. Is it possible to memorize? Means yes, it is possible. So in case if you have difficulty in this, we have a solution to solve this problem in the following parts. Next one is concept. The concept understanding is very difficult. For example, if you lose one class of any subject, like in the case of the human physiology, if you miss some of the class of the glomerular filtration of the urine formation, but even the next class, if sir or teacher explaining something, you cannot grab at all. Means the concept of every paragraph of maintenance is a difficult aspect. Next one is ambiguity in between the two answers. This is approximately 70% of students are making this problem. They are having one conclusion, that is out of 4 options, 2 options are absolutely wrong, but remaining 2 options making him confusion as whether it is right or wrong, either both A or B. Like that, in these confusions, they are not able to maintain the answer, but they can recover this answer after the moving from the classroom or in the exam hall. That is the major problem of the majority students. Next one is diagram-based questions. So NCERT having lot of diagrams in biology. These diagrams are also having very importance because these diagrams are having some extra points which are not there in the content what they provided. So if you observe the simple example, the heart chorda tendineae, they did not explain any component or any point regarding chorda tendineae in NCERT textbook, but they given that information in diagram. So such cases, we have to find out some of the materials that is which are very important. Diagrammatic information is also essential. That is, next one is after general problems, you can find some of the difficult areas. Yes, that is reason for the important reasons for the losing questions in exam. In that case, there are 4 important reasons. You have to understand this. One is concept not understood. As I mentioned, when a student is not able to receive the topic from the teacher. So you have to understand one point here. It is Biology, every student can read biology by his own, but it will take 1 hour to understand one simple concept. But if you consult a teacher, then it can be covered within 5 minutes and remaining time can be used for the other areas. That is very, very important. So whenever the student is trying to think, whenever having any doubt, they won't go for the teacher to ask. They are trying to make some time for the preparation of by his own or by her own. But that is not at all correct. Whenever you have any problem related to biology, then you have to consult a teacher to reduce the time, and that time you can use for the other subjects like physics and chemistry to improve marks in that. Next one is unable to synchronize notes while preparation. So here you can find while in the preparation of notes or in the preparation of topic at home, the teacher's information and notes information should be synchronized along with NCRT. In that case means you are making some concentration. So your concentration cannot be hold in the single point when you are not making proper notes and when you are not receiving the proper information in the classroom. And next one is unable to give proper time for the preparation. So here in this case of proper time for preparation, generally we are giving time for the preparation which is uh, precise. For example, you are giving botany and zoology preparation only at the end of the weekend. For example, those who are in corporate sector, they are trying to give priority of the botany and zoology at end of the time, like a Friday or Saturday for preparation of the Sunday exam. But that is not at all correct. Every day you have to give time for the every subject. Then only you can make it a proper connection, because our brain having receiving capacity, those who are making some continuous impulse activities, then only we can memorize. If you are making cluster at a time, it can be difficult. So you have to give proper time for the preparation each subject in a fragmental manner. Next one is unable to recall information in the exam hall. So while in the exam hall, if a student prepared well, but he is not able to recollect information at the time of examination because of he is having or she is having a good pressure on the brain to make some of the pressure on the other subjects. For example, if a person doing some answer in botany or zoology, he is thinking about the pressure on the physics and chemistry, how difficult that is to make the some marks, whether reduction or not, like that pressure will be present in the time of zoology answering. So while that condition is another problem of this case. The next one is after this difficult areas in zoology. What are the difficult areas in zoology? Then you can find what are the difficult areas we can estimate here. Those are animal kingdom onwards, animal kingdom scientific names and their characters. That is very difficult to memorize. This is the memorizing problem. A structured organization, it is also memorizing problem, means you can make some flow chart for this to find out the structural organization part. And digestion, absorption, physiology and absorption. See here, these are all I'm making some of the topics in sideways for every chapter. These are the subtopics. These are making focus questions in every year. Every year, these are the topics are making focus questions. So you have to note every chapter, these scientific names and these location of the tissue, these are all important areas. You have to confine to make some questionnaire here that will be more beneficial. So here, remaining topics with comparatively, these topics are much difficult in the case of student preparation, and moreover, these are important for raising questions. So here, breathing and exchange of gases. So previous ones again. So in that case, breathing and exchange gases, transport of gases is a precise manner. But in addition to this, the transport of gases and lung volumes, both are very important. And body fluids in circulation, cardiac cycle activities, and elimination, urine formation, regulation. Here, the regulation, you must have some proper way of the what we call diagrammatic representation should be maintained as flowchart will be more beneficial. Locomotion, that is muscular contraction theory. Every student having doubt regarding this in every time until the before examination that we have to resolve. And next one is neural control and coordination, impulse and eye and ear. Functioning of eye and ear, having many students are having some ambiguity and questions. And memory condition is very important for this chemical coordination. Next one is about the human reproduction. Gametogenesis is the difficult part, but the raising bits from the gametogenesis are taking place in every year. Every year they are rising 2 bits from the gametogenesis. That's why We have to focus on this. And reproductive health, that is another barrier methods and infertility. This is also very important topic. And pedigree chart in genetics. Pedigree chart. Majority students are having some problematic in the case of pedigree chart. These pedigree charts are very, very important to understand. If you're capable to maintain the pedigree chart with what we call um, by logical thinking and making some rules and regulations, then it can be very beneficial for you. Next one is DNA fingerprinting technology. In that case of methodology part and polymorphism of the DNA fingerprinting, which is making some complicated for understanding for the students level. But you have to consult teacher once to understand this in proper way. Human Genome Project result having data, the data should be memorized. And Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium with the some of the sums are available. And actually, from the NEET examination, last 7 years, they did not give any Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. But in 2019, they given this one question came from there's a Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, that is sum. And human evolution, that is having flowchart. You have to create a human evolution flowchart, then only it can be understood properly. And natural selection, that is forces of election, natural selection process. Immunology, cancer, and transgenic animals, molecular diagnosis, these are all require some concept before the confirmation. Okay, then last one is ecology. The data in biodiversity is which is much complicated that you need to understand with the proper separate data in the form of your own way. That will be beneficial. Next one is about how to prepare. How to prepare for the NEET exam. So how to prepare for the exam? First point is you have to confine for the NCRT. So this is very, very important. How to prepare, and it means you have to confine for the NCRT. NCRT is the ultimate for the NEET examination. You need not go for any beyond level of NCRT. From the last 3 years onwards, we did not find any complicated question from the beyond level of NCRT. They are trying to give only NCRT mode condition. Next, then the mode of preparation. Here you can find this is Rajamouli made them this panic for the all over India. That is the Pan India movie. But here you can find the rise, roar, and revolt at the same triple R formula, which can be applied for our preparation of zoology. Here it is the strategy of the triple R. The strategy of the triple R for the making more effective preparation. First one is read, revise, and re-revise. Every student, those who are aspirant for the NEET examination, they must have at least 3 times of NCRT revision properly with specificity, not by reading continuously with blindly. They must read in a specific manner that can be suitable for succeeding in NCR, in NEET exam. And here, first one is read. What is the condition here? Here, while in preparation of NCRT, you have to make a white paper nearby. While in making some data of NCRT, you have to modify that data into your flowchart form or in the data form, which is more convenient to understand for your side. So means the NCRT data is a precise data. That precise data which can be modified according to your convenience, and you can make some flowchart and data form or bullet forms. That should be prepared by yourself by compilation of the NCRT book and notes. So together will give a perfect data your own way. That one will be the perfect book for the NCRT. So if you are careful to modify the information of the NCRT data, that will indicate you are the master for the NCRT. And here you can generate the flowcharts here. And next, data tables also you can be create by using first R, that is read. Next one is revise. After reading once, next go for the revise with other marker. By that way, you can find the second time revision condition. In the case of revision, you can make some integration of the questions. Integration of the questions means one chapter, for example, if you take the human physiology, one part, that is human physiology, endocrine system, and digestive system. The digestive system and circulatory system, endocrine system, these three are having one common activity, that is that is hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. So in that case, you can find a hepatic portal system and hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. These two are having portal circulation. Portal circulation activities are applicable for the digestive system, for the circulatory system, and for the neural system. Here, for the endocrine system. Among these, you can find the circulatory pathway in between the hypothalamus and pituitary gland is hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. That one you can apply for the pituitary gland activities which are rising from the hypothalamus stimulation. So by that way, while in the second time revision, you can recollect information of integration one with another one. So if you are careful to compare one topic with another topic by merging, means you are not confusing. So whenever you are precising chapter wise without an interaction with another one, that means your knowledge will be grouped in the small clusters that cannot be revealed out at the time of examination. So this is the main reason behind the failure of ambiguity solving in NEET exam. So while in the case of revision, you have to compare one with another one with the cautious understanding while in reading. That is the second revise point. Next one is re-revise. Re-revise means here in the third point, third revision time, you have to find what is the possible type of question can rise from this chapter. So you have to find what is the possible question can rise from this chapter or this paragraph and this line. Like that, if you are able to bring a question by your own on the particular topic, that means you can be master for this. And if you follow these 3 steps, then NCERT never disappoint you for getting 160 plus. So you definitely will get 160 plus by these 3 important activities. And the next one is about the finding areas of difficulty and revision. So during a revision program, how to find out the difficulty? So actually, while in the revision program, corporate sectors are providing huge information within the short time because of the less time availability. Whenever you need to complete entire syllabus within the 40 days or 35 days like that before the examination, how to make us confident before going to the examination. So in that cases, you have to do one thing, that is take a grand test from any source. Means for present days, we are having huge number of the data available in all over the internet sources to collect the grand test papers. If you take grand test papers 2 or 3, then if you answer all together in the sequential manner, then you can find the wrong answers. If you find the wrong answers, you can find the wrong answers means the concept is not clear in that area, that is your difficult area. So then you can check out the difficult area. After finding the difficult area, then check back the NCERT of the content. So whenever you find the NCERT content, the difficult area, then what you need to understand, you have to precise that whether you're capable to give proper time for the preparation. If it is not understood, then go for the faculty. So you can ask the faculty to solve this problem. So what we need to understand, we have to move from the broad area to very narrow area condition. Then next one is someone making some question.
We'll answer those questions at the end, sir.
Okay. So before that, next one is some of the flowcharts making. How can we make a flowchart here? For example, I'm taking one example. There are a number of flowcharts. We can generate almost 73 flowcharts in zoology to make it convenient to understand the entire concept in a precise form. So here I'm taking only one example regarding this, that is gametogenesis. In the case of gametogenesis, you can find the production of the spermatozoa from the testis. So in that case, the spermatozoa production, if you read the entire topic, you can place this nearby one page and making as including the hormonal activity, that is a hypothalamus producing gonadotropin releasing hormone. That one acts on pituitary gland. That one releases gonadotropins. Gonadotropins are 2 types, that is FSH and LH. FSH will work on Sertoli cells. Leydig cells will work on, LH will work on Leydig cells. Leydig cells are producing testosterone. and Sertoli cells are involving for the different process. Testosterone will, along with the Sertoli cells are producing some components known as androgen binding proteins. They can bind with testosterone together. They will make the meiosis process on spermatogonia, which produces spermatocytes, primary spermatocytes and secondary spermatocytes. First one is primary spermatocytes. They can produce to secondary spermatocytes to spermatid. So after the spermatid formation, Sertoli cells, they are involving with the spermatids to produce spermatozoa. This spermatozoa can release out by that is the process known as spermiation. After the spermiation, you can find the reverse arrow towards the hypothalamus, that is by the inhibin production from the Sertoli cells to stop the hypothalamus further production of these gonadotrophin releasing hormones. So this entire concept, if you understand by the consent of teacher or by understand by your own, even if you make the flow chart in the nearby this paper, then you need not refer many times of this NCERT again and again. But for this preparation, you must have at least three revision parts to avoid any damages or any flaws in between the statement by statement. That is, making flowcharts are much easier, you can find. And the next one is mnemonics. Mnemonics means these are all very familiar for the students in North India, but these are having some funny activities to find out the memory of some data form of the subject. But I cannot prefer this in all the cases. It can be useful for certain level only. And for example, if you want to find out the order of the neutrophils, lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophils, and basophils in order to higher concentration to lower concentration WBC, then that can precisely as never let monkeys eat bananas. So in that case, you can find a never let monkeys eat bananas, which is indicating neutrophils, lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophils, and bananas. So in such case of this mnemonics, which can be easily beneficial, but it is not always suitable for all the cases. And moreover, some students are trying to make mnemonics by avoiding the preparation. In such case also I observed, that's why it is suitable for certain cases, not for all. And moreover, hormones of anterior pituitary, that is FSH, LH, ACTH, TSH, prolactin, and growth hormone altogether make flat pig. In that I is ignored as. Of course, these are all we can consider. If a student wants to try for all the mnemonics for every chapter, then he will be master of the mnemonics preparation, but he cannot be master for the NEET exam. So that also we have to consider. It is another one, 7-Up, which is a familiar drink for us. That is 7-Up, that is seminiferous tubule, epididymis, vasa deferens, and ejaculated duct, urethra, and penis. So in such cases also you can find this is easier to understand the flow of the components. In some cases it can be very much useful, but not always, because these are useful bits. These are useful for certain cases whenever you have straight bits, whenever they are having applied bits, whenever they are having deviated bits. That in that cases it can be not much useful. That is my opinion. So for some students it can be beneficial. And finally, what we need to understand, that is the preparation conclusion. What are the conclusions regarding preparation? Those are: fix your time for zoology every day, means train your mind to fix the time. Here we have to give some time for this explanation even. So zoology topic, for example, if you understood one topic today, you have to make it borderline. This today I have to cover zoology so and so topic within this 1 hour. Then this time is must be important. So in that case, in that hour you have to complete zoology, whatever your capacity. You need not go for the beyond level. But the things here it is whether your commitment is progressed or not. That means discipline. So you have to discipline your activity, and your commitment must be very strong. Then next one is balance your body clock, means what it is, you have to maintain the body activities balancing, daytime, awaking conditions, sleeping time, and preparation for the zoology, preparation for the botany and physics and chemistry. So you can understand the difficulty of with comparatively botany and zoology, physics and chemistries, they are making some much complicated to make you disappoint. But the things here realistic are botany, zoology, you can score up to 350, but not physics and chemistry. So if you are strong in botany, zoology, 350 score, then if you acquire at least 200 or 180 marks in physics and chemistry, you can get 500, then you will get medical seat. Those who are seeking medical seat for the normal college, then they can do this. Physics and chemistry together, 180 marks is not at all difficult. Botany, zoology, 350 marks are definitely possible because of the subject is very associated for our life. That's why you can understand properly. Then next one.
Sorry, sir, there's a small network problem. I'll share it again.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, shall I go to the next slide, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Keep this one, sir. Keep this
Okay.
one. Next one is keep always a white paper along with your NCRT while in preparation. So while in preparation, you have to place one NCRT along with one white paper and along with notebook that can make you perfect preparation plan. That is very important. And next one is fragmentize. Fragmentize your NCRT or fragmentize your subject in the partition manner. You have to complete this chapter in this time, this chapter in this time, this chapter in this time. So whenever you make some fragmentation, then it can be conclude the where you are reaching properly or not. That can be easy to analyze. That's why you can be more clear for the uncleared and clear topic regarding subject. The previous weekend papers are very important. So whenever you are if you are a corporate sector student, then you may have number of questions regarding weekend. These weekend questions, weekend papers can rise within the one chapter, they rise almost 40 to 50 bits. Means they will try to find out in every corner side. So whenever they are trying to find every corner bits, these all bits together, if you compile and if you answer these all questions by your reading by the weekend, then you can be very efficient to solve the questions. And the next one is about, yes sir, next one is how to face exam. So exam facing, this is very important. Then we are having 50 questions, that is total 35 plus 15 in this time required. So what is the time we have to give for exam? That is about 20 minutes is minimum and 30 minutes is maximum. Then do observe this timing. 20 minutes is minimum means some people are trying to solve this botany zoology within 20 to 30 minutes and they are trying to give 2.5 hours for the physics and chemistry. And meanwhile, they are losing 10 to 15 bits in botany and zoology. Because of the huge timing, they are rising only 1 to 2 bits in physics and chemistry. Ultimately, they are losing MBBS seat or NEET score. So you should not hurry and you should not make damage by your imbalanced timing. So for botany and zoology, I can suggest for zoology minimum 20 minutes and maximum 30 minutes you have to give to complete the zoology subject in NEET exam. And next important components are read complete question without seeing answers. Generally, majority students are doing some problem complications like while preparation or while reading the question, meanwhile they also covers the answers. Means they are trying to hurriedly finish the zoology or botany topics. While in that case, without observing not or incorrect or correct, they can find out the question and they are making it is wrong. That is, read complete question without seeing answers. That is very most important for the preparation for the exam hall. Next one is mark complete confident questions. So here, whenever you have good confidence in the questions, approximate out of 50, you may have in zoology at least 20 to 22 questions are completely confident. Then you can write those confident questions first. Then next one is find ambiguity questions for the next round. So whenever you find any ambiguity questions, then you can find in the next round And moreover, you have to work out with the elimination process for the next round. So elimination process means whenever you have ambiguity, you can find the elimination type. Elimination type means find out among the 4 answers, you can find which one is not related to. By that way, you have to raise some of the new point regarding answer. So whenever I will discuss that point in the ambiguity point next. And before that, the unknown questions, you have to find the unknown questions. Unknown questions are completely should be avoided. Otherwise, you may lose some marks. Means unknown questions can carry negative marks. You can be down. So there is negative marking. You have to remember that is every negative will down you. So that is very important. So when you are how to find answers when you are in confusion in between 2 options, that you can find the next point, that is ambiguity questions. So here, the next slide, you can find how to answer the ambiguity questions. Ambiguity questions you can find as means, first of all, take 4 options. Among those, 2 options are definitely wrong. In these 2 remaining 2 options, now you have to, you should not rush the answer at the same time. Then you can make some of the small point of the answer. For example, A, B, C, D. 4 among these 4, A and B are wrong, definitely. And C and D in between these 2, one is correct. In that case, C you can round up the C and make some new point related to C on that with pencil. And next D. In the case of D also, you can round and make a new point related to that, whatever you know regarding your previous knowledge. Based on that, you can skip the question for the next one. And next, in the repetition time, means in the next round, when you are answering the question, then you can try to find out in another thought. This purpose is mostly worked out for the ambiguity questions, because whenever you are in a hurry to answer the questions, then you may have some difficulty to reveal the brain thinking capacity. Means whenever you are not able to making peaceful of the brain, then it can give always wrong impulse. Means wrong result will be appear. So in the case of ambiguity questions, you must have some proper strategy to find out the answers to question rising possibility. Means every answer may have some link, according to NCRT. If you have some link that can write on the with the black pencil, by that way you can memorize something else in that related to, then you can confirm if it is related or not in the next round. That is ambiguity questions answering. And the next one is how zoology easier than other subjects. So is that easy? Zoology is easier or not? How zoology is easier than the other subjects? In that case,
yeah, students can post their answers here. Zoology is than other subjects. And sir, I contradict here, but majority of the biology students say physics is very difficult, right? So
yes.
and even I thought zoology was difficult, because we always say physics is very easy, but you are saying now zoology is easy. Student, you need to answer. Please put your, a chat box. Is really zoology easy or physics easy? There is a competition here.
Zoology is much easier with comparatively physics, because the physics requires a lot of attention and a lot of application within the standard time. But in the case of zoology, the student can apply his knowledge with his daily life. For example, he studies about biological cycle, he can apply how much time he are taking sleeping and awaking time, and the digestive system, how the food is digesting and how the animal is working out. So like that, he can apply every knowledge related to every knowledge can be applicable for the zoology, and zoology too for the life. So that's why the zoology can be easier when you are capable to apply that knowledge for your life. You should not read zoology as a subject to score the marks. You have to read zoology as you are learning something to know about your life or to your body. At the same case, if this zoology is the only subject which is carry forward to MBBS, you can understand this. Either physics or chemistry or botany will not carry to the next MBBS program. If you are very strong in zoology, human physiology, MBBS first year anatomy and physiology exam, you can write immediately without any second thought. Because we are giving that much data here. Here in this case, zoology can be applicable easier for our life. By that way, if you are making some interest to understand, you should not go for the subject based, which is raising for the bits and answer. You have to raise the subject to accept and making some adaptation to your body. Then it can be easier. You can raise the points, and by that you can be much exposure in that area. That is about this part of the zoology is much easier with the compared to other subjects. Next one is,
So,
yes,
yes,
sir.
sir. Next,
Finally,
yeah, the last.
so next one is success formula. So this one is very important for every student here. What is success formula? First formula is you have to love to be a doctor. Then you can imagine when you dress up with as doctor with stuff in front of your mother or father, then how their eyes will be blink in front of you and how their heads will be uh, straight in front of their surroundings, and how they can feel happy to present yourself as in the nearby families that you can feel. And whenever you have passion and dedication towards MBBS process, because you need to understand one thing: after the God, doctor will be considered as a next to God in the profession, because this doctor having honorarium to the entire world other than any other profession. So if you want to be the doctor, then you have to sacrifice something, because doctor is not at all a single normal profession to earn money. It is for the service, it is to maintain the life, and it is reading the regaining of the life of the people. So for that case, when you are loving doctor profession, then only your internal heart will accept the more hard work towards MBBS program. That is very important point, first one. And next one is building confidence inside. How you can build confidence? So to build confidence here, what is the requirement? Generally, the confidence levels you need to understand. One thing is the confidence level regarding the competition. When we are understanding the competition is much higher, for example, 20 lakhs people are writing this exam, then you have to realize the point as out of 20 lakhs people, how many are the competitive? Definitely 60% people will be will come for the exam only for the understanding the what is the pattern of exam. That's why these 12 lakhs people are not competitors to others, and remaining due to the health and other activities and issues, some of the 2 to 3 lakhs people cannot work out, and approximately 5 lakhs people are completely competitive for the 40,000 seats or 50,000 seats approximately. Means each person is having approximately 1 is to 10 competition. Those who are working hard, they are having 1 is to 10 competition. So in this 1 is to 10 competition, then if you are careful to move at least to 5 to 6 levels, then you will get MBBS seat. So competition wise, you have to realize the competition is there, but at the same time, competition, every competitor is not competitor for you. That is very important point. And the next one is, another one is memory capacity. So you should realize one thing: whenever you read something, that everything packed in your brain. Initially, if you take any information, will pack in hippopotamus. There is hypothalamus part before, there is hippocampus lobes. Hippocampus lobes can store the information, and later this can shift into cerebral hemispheres. So means what you need to understand from the throughout 2 years, whatever you grab the knowledge, everything packed inside the brain, that you have to believe. You have every concept in your brain, but the only problem is whether you are capable to give the brain to reveal that points at the time of examination or not. In case if you allow the brain to accept the opening point at the examination, then it can be more supportive. Means, so what you need to understand, before examination, you have to make your brain as peaceful. Means you should maintain your consciousness, you should maintain your effortness, means your memory can support. So those who are having struggle, or those who are facing stress, and those who are making some difficulties while in examination preparation, those who are getting sweating at the time of examination, means they cannot bring some of the thoughts of the brain easily to bring out. But these people can bring those answers after coming from the exam hall, that they are saying to others, I lost this bit because of the silly things I thought in that area. By that way, they are losing number of bits. So here, the confidence at your level, the confidence at the competition level, and the dream towards the MBBS program to see the happiness of your parents. These are the success formulas. Always should be hold inside your heart. Then only it can be much supportive to you. And one thing is dedication and commitment. Whatever these two will be rising for your life. So here in this case, you need to understand: study while others sleeping, practice while others are enjoying, and enjoy the success while others are dreaming at this time. That is the main content that you need to understand. Okay, so you should not fear about this exam, because exam fear is important, but the fear should not be damage your capacity of the work. And fear is the brain way of telling you it is maintaining some. There is something important for you to overcome. So fear is helpful for us to overcome the problem, but that fear should be progressive for supporting of the knowledge and supporting of the grabbing capacity to take the subject. By that way, you have to convert everything to your positive way. Then the success will never skip from your side. This is my opinion for regarding the success formula, because I am observing from the last 15 years number of students, those who succeeded with some of the simple techniques. They should not work hard. They have to work smart and by loving. So if you receive the subject will be considered as food intake. So how much you are taking in is not important. How much food you are absorbing is important. That is the important point. Okay,
Murali Krishna,
that's it. Yes, sir.
excellent points are what you mentioned is I really like. Uh,
Sir.
Work when others are sleeping and enjoy the success when others are dreaming. Those two
Yes.
sentences are very, very powerful. And before we go to that Q&A, sir,
Yes,
just
sir.
let me take 2 minutes of your time.
Yes, sir.
Students, definitely I should appreciate because I'm into more, I teach physics. Even though we teach physics for both, even I teach physics for NEET students
Yes, sir.
also long back. But from last almost my career is out of 22 years, I taught more for NPC students. There, actually, these biology students, they respect physics teachers a lot
Yes,
because
sir.
of importance of physics, and we don't
Yes,
get that respect in MPC. Definitely, we are going to conduct even the next webinar will be on physics only. We are going to have. Yeah,
yes, sir.
before we go to that, let me just show you. Sir, can you see the PPT, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Headroom.
Yeah, students, let me just take 2 minutes of time before we go to Q&A. And we started a group with a purpose. It was, I'm a faculty. I worked in various corporate colleges for 22 years. I am right now working in another good college. I teach physics. And why we started this ed room is only to help the students. Have you thought about this type of webinars before? Nobody knows. Now see, all the students from different places, you are sitting at home and nicely you're listening to Murali Krishna sir with a beautiful slide, lot of information. This was never a possibility before this pandemic. So definitely every disadvantage, there is advantage. And definitely we want to conduct very good webinars which help the students, parents to help them to take better decisions in their life. So EdGroom is a social platform which provides personalized information to the students, parents to take better decisions. And what we provide, EdGroom provides career guidance to 8th to 12th class students. And who can join EdGroom? The students, parents, and teachers. Why students? As I showed you in a news, where you get wonderful content, where you can utilize all the contents. I request every student who is watching the webinar please register with us, and it is completely free. You get a lot of information related to career. And why parents need to join EdGroom? Because parents also should know what are the career possibilities. They also can attend the webinars and they can guide their students, kids, to take a better decision. And this is a very important even for teachers also. Why? Because most of the students depends on the teacher's advice. So as a teacher, we should update ourselves. What is happening outside? Which courses are in demand? What are the new branches arising in engineering or other cases of medicine? Even a teacher should be in a position to know how many seats are available for medicine, all that. So teachers are also have to update a lot. So I request that teachers also can join it Zoom. And we have shown in the video in the beginning, we developed the 4 products: EdBlog, EdNews, and EdForum, EdAlerts. All these are meant to help the students and parents. And definitely, as I said, it completely works on artificial intelligence and machine learning. So personalization happens only through registration. After register, you fill your profile, enter RUL interest, and definitely you get what you want to see. This is our statistics as of now. We started last September and we started the webinars from October actually. In last 4 months, we got nearly 940 plus. This was in the morning. Maybe it might have crossed 950. So we got 940 plus students have joined already with us. And we got in last 5 months, we got more than 28,000 students have visited our website. And every week, on average, we are going to get 1,600 to 2,000 every week. We are getting the users. And this is the upcoming webinar on 13th February. And even some of you can go to US for doing a medicine with a lot of demand for medical students in US. And you can join again for the next week webinar on 13th February 2022 at 5 p.m. to understand what are the possibilities of getting into US through USMLE some exams. And this is what we believe. Don't follow the crowd. Choose a career where you'll find happiness and no regret. So I once again welcome Murali Krishna sir. Sir, we will go to that Q&A. Before sir, please, you have seen our website, and sir, tell me how useful is it for the students community, sir?
Yes, sir, definitely. For the students, dear students, once listen. This type of arrangement for pull up all the data which is required for the NEET examination or competitive examination, whenever in one area if it is available, then it is better to choose this one to grab the information on updated manner. Definitely in the, for example, I observed this in the website searching. For example, if you go for the NEET examination, how is the pattern changed from the previous to earlier time, and what are the changes, and what are the cutoff marks gradually increasing, and moreover, what is the expectation counseling time, and what are the rankings can be possible to achieve. These are all will be available in this internet and in this area, and you can get. And moreover, the faculties are available here to get the information by time. Whenever you have any difficulty in the points, then you can ask the teacher to make some question, and by that way they can answer easily. And because of these expert teachers are available to give proper answer particular time within. Just already I mentioned that botany, zoology like subjects, whenever you are reading, you can read in your capacity, but it will take 1 hour. But if you consult teacher, it will complete within 5 minutes or 2 minutes. By that way, if you consult one teacher, by any case, that can be easily solve the problem, and you can use that time for the preparation to achieve marks in other areas. So by this, you can utilize this opportunity. It is not, you do not require any payment here. You can add and you can register. After that, you will get some of the benefits, and some of the benefits means in the case of every data it can be available. Okay.
Yes, sir. And one more question, sir. How useful these webinars are that we are conducting?
Yes, sir. It is highly useful for the students, those who are aspirants for the one motto. It is one motto means if they are having one particular gene. For example, if they are using another websites to search for any topic, they can deviate from the single streamlines to easily deviating in other areas. While whenever they are deviating in other areas, they are trying to pick up which one is best. While in the searching of trying to best finding, they will deviate from the original streamline. By that way, they are not capable to grab information in easier. That's why they can use this one in the beneficial manner in the streamline adaptation.
So you recommend it for
Yes,
the
sir. I
students,
will
sir?
recommend this one because of uh, the resources are very beneficial for the aspirant towards one competitive exam.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for dear students. Now it's time for Q&A, and even though we requested you to pose the questions in the forum, but none of you responded. But is there anyone who have questions to ask? Who want to ask?
Yes.
Please put your hand, raise your hand, and we'll ask one by one. Who want talk to Murali Krishna sir? And please put
So
your thumb.
anybody can speak.
Yeah, unmute yourself and you can talk.
One question is there, sir, how to increase our marks and also how to remember the topic for the long time.
Okay.
So that one we can realize one thing. Whenever you are reading NCRT, make a white paper nearby and find out the every line. If you are careful to convert that line or two lines information into a diagrammatic form or flowchart form or making your own sign on the paper. If you are capable to make one own sign, then it can be permanently memorized. We are having two capacities. One is temporary memory and permanent memory. The temporary memory, with the knowledge of earlier, if you put out that, it can be turned into permanent memory. Permanent memory will be fixed, like a plus b whole square. Temporary memory will not be fixed because it can be completely not for the longer time repeating activity. Because of the not time repeating activity, it can be replaced by another memory. By that way, it can be vanished. So you have to observe the point as every time if you are giving information again and again, it can be stable. Before that, if you are not capable to repeat number of times while reading single time, you have to apply your previous knowledge to make them flowchart or from the point by point your by one. By that way, it can be permanently memorable for a lifetime.
That's excellent, sir. You have given so many real appreciate you, sir. The way you just demonstrated all the tips, and definitely, I think these guys, if you can utilize those tips, definitely it will make a lot of difference in your preparation. And I see a
Yes,
lot
sir.
of students preparing for long term. I think
Yes,
these
sir.
are the area mistakes they committed, and because of that, they're sacrificing 1 year. So if they really, especially those students who are preparing for the first time, if you can incorporate all the ideas given by the Murli sir, and maybe you can crack NEET exam the first attempt, and it definitely save on 1 year of your time, and you will not have that mental agony for the 1 year of preparation. So I request the students, do you have anything to share, or you have any questions to ask? Please unmute yourself one at a time. You can talk to the Murali Krishna sir. Anyone want to talk to sir? Is there
Actually,
anyone?
from the students, if you have any doubts, you can ask easily because even you do not have any subject doubts or
General
the NEET
preparation.
pattern type, whatever the preparation
Yeah.
type.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Utilize the opportunities, students. Please, if you have any doubt, you can just unmute yourself and you can question.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Yes.
ma'am.
Sir, actually, we have missed many topics due to COVID, na sir.
Yes.
How to overcome this topic, sir, in biology?
Yeah. In case of biology, for example, can you name one topic here? One topic.
Yes, sir, like
Anyone?
reproduction,
Yeah.
biotechnology, many.
Yeah, if it is possible to recollect information from the college, it is the first option. If it is not possible, generally in the case of revision, they are giving these classes in very fast manner. Am I right? While in that
Yes,
case,
sir,
you
yes, sir.
cannot grab that information. Meanwhile, you can take two steps. One is taking your teacher's attention for the extra time, at least 1 or 2 hours to grab all together information at once. This is the first opportunity if it is possible. Then second thing is try to take some of the video lectures from the internet, and after getting some knowledge means if you have some set of the knowledge from that area, based on that knowledge you can ask teacher to take the all information. Because whenever you come to the teacher and asking question, sir, I did not attend these classes, that's why you please explain about the complete repertory system once, means it is not possible by the teacher. Am I right? That's why you have to understand that difficulty. Then you can take the grab of information from the any nearby, either friend or from the internet sources or whatever thing. You can take some amount of grab information out of 10 to at least 10 to 15% of knowledge. Based on that knowledge, you can ask teacher once. By that way, you can pull up information. That is in the case of corporate sector. If you are in the other sections, then you can find every day you can make fragmentize, and you can consult one teacher, taking some attention for the regular time, at least 10 to 15 minutes of gathering concept-wise explanation. That is the only way. If you take the preparation by your own, it can deviate to the mainstream, and you cannot grab the points of the exposure.
Yeah.
Understand?
So, Hemanjali, is your doubt over? Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
By the way, you
Thank
are
you,
from
sir.
which college, Amma? You are from which place?
I'm from Narayana, sir.
Okay, Vizag?
Yes, sir. Vizag.
Okay, you are in second year.
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. Yeah. So, like the students, other one, anybody want to talk to Murali sir? This is a great opportunity. He can clarify all your doubts, never harbor doubts that will make a lot of difference. Anyone? Please unmute and talk. Hemanjali, can you share your experience? How useful is the website? I mean, this webinar?
Yes, sir. As I can understand somewhat clearly, sir.
Okay. So, do you think it is useful to you?
Yes, sir. It's useful for me.
So, you didn't attend the previous one we conducted, right? That about the general webinar.
Actually, I didn't. I didn't went into, sir. My uncle have advised me to go and watch it.
Oh, very good. So, next we are
Actually,
going to
he's also
conduct
in
even,
class, sir.
yeah, physics and, I mean, very soon we are going to conduct even physics and botany. Don't forget to have it. Yeah, anyone want to talk to
Yes, sir.
sir? Sir, I think there are a lot of your students. Maybe they're hesitant to talk to you, right?
Yeah, no problem. Here, my students are all the zoology related students are friendly, sir, because they are trying to ask questions in class only majority time.
Okay.
But here, in this case, generally, topic-wise questions cannot rise. The remaining points are very clear, but whenever they are having some problem like ambiguity type questions and memory capacity based questions, these are all the major problem to the majority of people. Every student are interested in zoology, but they are not capable to cope up at the time of examination.
Oh,
So whenever they are compared to physics and chemistry, they are satisfied with zoology marks.
oh,
But they are not understanding one problem, that is, they are not understanding the problem as the zoology, botany together can cope up them for the MBBS seat. Whenever
yeah,
botany, physics and chemistry, if they need not go for the 180 or 180 in physics. It is not at all
yes,
possible. But
yes,
it is possible in zoology. It is possible in zoology. In last year also, we raised 180 out of 180s. Here in this case, it is only because of the sequential order. So whenever a student is interested to get MBBS, and whenever they are interesting to work out in the systematic manner, we can guide them. While in that case of guidance, so every day they have to commit it for one work that can be completely suitable for the MBBS. So out means 180 out of 180.
yes, sir, yes, sir. Even I've seen, sir, yeah, when I used to teach NEET students, they say that focus more on last 6 months, especially focus more on botany zoology because it is easy to score.
Yes, sir.
Instead of spending more time on physics and chemistry, if you spend more time. So I have one common doubt. Which is easy, sir, botany or zoology?
Botany means that is majority concern points of botany are NCERT precisely, sir.
Okay.
Last 3 years, 4 years onwards, they did not raise any question out of NCERT. But in the case of zoology, they given 2 to 3 questions from the somewhat complicated. But in that case, they seem that zoology is much complicated than the botany.
Oh,
Generally, students will feel that. But
okay.
we are having, in the case of last year exam, zoology, they did not get 180 of 180 much. But those who are having commitment to work out properly, only those will got. Those have got this marks 180 out of 180. In the case of botany, they got to 5 to 6 members, they got 180 out of 100. So means here what we need to understand, zoology is making difficult by the local papers, which make some difficulty papers. But final end of the examination, 2 to 3 bits are complicated that we can remove by the choice. But remaining questions are all easy.
Yeah.
So by that way,
So,
they can make it easy.
yes, sir. And sir, another important point is, sir, while they are answering the paper, should they start with botany or zoology? Is there any, are they
So
generally?
priority, my preference is first botany and zoology, then chemistry and physics, sir.
Okay.
So the reason behind this is, in case if a person starts with the physics, they will answer 2 to 3 questions. If the third question is complicated, the pressure will carry on to fourth question.
Yes.
The fourth question also can be, if it is complicated, that pressure will be double for the next question. Whenever that person is carrying inside that pressure, the pressure will be passed out to the botany and zoology. They cannot memorize all the questions. By that way, they will lose a lot of the questions in botany and zoology.
Okay, sir.
That will be the difficulty. That's why
Oh,
they have, the students are also trying to make some of the questions pull up for the fast fill up of botany zoology, and they are giving much time for the physics and chemistry.
okay, sir. And sir, generally, even parents also under lot of pressure, sir. I have seen my brother,
Yes,
his
sir.
daughter was a doctor, and
Mm.
along with the students, even parents are also under lot of pressure when they take YPC. So,
Mm.
what suggestions you give to the students and parents, sir, when they are under pressure? How to handle the pressure? Especially girls, I've seen they are little bit what called as not capable of handling the pressure when compared to boys. So,
Yes.
can you give any tips to the girls, sir, especially how to balance the pressure?
Yes, sir. In case of with comparatively boys, girls are having less metabolic activity. By that way, they can get easily stress facing, and they can easily be tired with comparatively males. This is the physical activity. But
Okay.
mentally, girls are much stronger than the boys.
Oh,
This is fact.
okay.
So this is fact. Based on that, whenever if a girl starting to read something, then we have to give precise time for. So in case of boy, they cannot maintain concentration for the longer time because of the internal stability is different from the male to female. At the case of adolescence sometimes. So these are in adolescence time. In the case of intermediate, if you consider, in that cases, girl can stable much time than the boy. So in that cases, we have to pull up that deviations should be avoided within that hour. For example, if a girl is trying to study one topic within 1 hour, in one topic it's in 1 hour. In such cases, we have to precise that time. You should not use before time or after time. In that case, we can pull up that chapter, how much time she is exactly capable to pull up within 1 hour. So in the next day, we are taking that 1 hour, they can cover the more than syllabus in the next earlier than. So for example, if today they are covering 2 pages of information, tomorrow they can cover two pages and a half. By that way, they can improve. While in that case, if you precise the time will be fixed and they can be moderate. So in that way, I can prefer my students, some of the students, whenever they are making some struggle while the preparation, some girls are trying to make their work at the late night time. Late night time, they are trying to hard work. So whenever they are in the late night time, they have some problem, that is brain do not get proper quantity of oxygen to supply, and that is making some difficulties to the next day. So whenever they are in difficulty in the brain, physically even they are strong, there is difficulty in the brain because of the carrying information, gradually they cannot grab information in the class. So that can affect for the weekend examination. They are comparing with others and they are making fall down.
Yes.
So,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
One more, sir. Generally, we see that uh, what is the time you suggest, sir? Because most of them are in corporate colleges, are students are staying up to 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the college, right? So
Yes, sir.
after coming home, how many hours generally should they ask to sit with the book, sir?
I can suggest at least every day, sir, botany, zoology, at least 30 to 40 minutes for botany, 30 to 40 minutes for the zoology. That is more than enough for every day.
Okay.
30 minutes minimum.
Oh, so 30
So
minutes if they study after
30
the
minutes, 30 minutes
class
is
time.
minimum. Yes, sir. 30 minutes is minimum requirement for every day botany or zoology.
So I don't think, sir, she's asking Koilada Sandeep. Are you there, Sandeep?
Yes, Sandeep?
Sandeep, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sandeep asking one question. I did
He's
not
saying
have
that,
basics in how to overcome.
yes, sir, I
Yes,
didn't have basics and how to overcome. Yeah.
I did not have basics on how to overcome here. Dear Sandeep, whenever you are feeling you are not have basics means until now you are certain level. Definitely you are in the process. Means you should not confirm yourself as low basics. You may have basics, but you are not capable to cope up. That is my understanding. So while in that case, you need to understand, filter out the topics. For example, you do not have proper knowledge regarding the animal kingdom or the basic first year topics and so on. So then grab everything, making a perfect planning of the syllabus. For example, if a student is completely absent for the first 2 months in the earlier case due to the lockdown, if then later on that he is getting good marks in the weekend exam, but he is not getting good marks in the cumulative exams. Whenever he is not getting cumulative exams, that means he is not able to cope up the previous topics. In such case, all the topics pull up at one place and making partition. So topic by topic, topic by topic. Then ask the teacher first. That is the first priority. First priority is always teacher. You have to ask teacher and trying to grab information from the teacher and asking his request. You have to request the teacher to give some time for the preparation of those topics. And if teacher giving concept for that area, you can prepare in your own way. That is the basic way. If it is not possible, try to make some of the summary information. Whenever you are reading summary, you can grab some information of the NCERT. For example, if you read summary of the NCERT textbook, you may have total data, whatever they are trying to present in the textbook. So whenever you are reading summary, you can grab the information. They are trying to expose about the digestive system, and next to process of the digestion, next the absorption of the digestion, next assimilation. After that, they are giving diseases. So these are the system. In these cases, where you can find some difficulties. In earlier, so you may have some exam you face some of the exam questions. So these questions are rising these parts. Then try to read that areas and ask the teacher once. So by that way, you can make some of the, for example, you have to go to teacher with a little bit knowledge. You should, if you go for the teacher, if you go for teacher for zero knowledge in base, then teacher cannot give that much time for the only for your side from the college, because in college already they are facing almost 7 to 8 hours in the college, 6 to 7 hours in the college class hours. They cannot give entire class of the subject in one for one student. So that's why you have to grab some information, take information from the teacher, and you can read at home. Then you can knowledge build up. That can be more strong enough. That will be better than the other students if you're capable to pull up.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. There is one more question somebody asked, sir.
Sir.
As we have scientific like Panchanam, Maheshwari, James Watson, and all other scientists per unit, should we read those names as the important?
Yes, actually, before last year they did not give any scientist names, but last year they given one or two scientific names. For that case, we have to read. As per NCERT, scientist names are mandatory.
Okay.
As per NCERT, you need not go for any beyond level of NCERT scientist name. Scientist names are mandatory because they are having some contribution. As you mentioned, as Watson, Watson was the most successful scientist member in all over the 20th century, because that person explained about the DNA structure, and that is the main life of all the present DNA technology.
Okay.
Sir, how to
Next
overcome
one.
fear of exam?
Yeah, fear of exam. In case of while in moving examination, at earlier time, means before exam, before moving to the exam, you may have some internal confidence. How much confidence you have is the question mark. Means before examination, the whatever the process you completed for the complete week, how much knowledge you gathered or how much confidence you may have. So in that cases, you have to understand one point. Out of 4 questions, all are in the multiple choice questions. Definitely out of 4, I can grab 1 or 2 in the efficient manner. Then if I cool my mind, then I can recall information. That you have to remember. Means if you are cool and if you are your mindset is completely comfortable, then you can answer better than the pressure. So you must remember your brain always having data inside. But only thing is whether you are capable to make it calm to reveal one by one while reading examination, while reading questions, that can be beneficial. And whenever if you are not having that confidence, then you will get some sweating and tension. So while in that case of tension, if you are not capable to overcome and take the option as the best questions, whatever you can answer, and unattempted questions for the next examinations, you can overcome by the gradual progress. You should not be panic for any exam, because exams are using for the purpose to improve your knowledge, not mean for the every exam is for the motive for the marks. For example, if you are making some answers wrong, then these wrong answers should not be repeated for the next time. This is the main purpose behind the weekend exams. Not for the every exam getting complete marks and competing with another one to get to make some panic.
Yes, sir. Actually, I've seen a lot of students, whenever we keep exam, they want to avoid the exam. Okay. You said rightly, you said, sir, exams are not to what are called as threaten you or to panic. There's nothing to panic. Dear students, remember the more you write the exam, you understand your weak areas. And when you understand your weak areas, you can improve upon. That is the main purpose of exam. Sir, the problem is with these students, whenever they get marks, they have a fear that the parent may scold or the teachers may scold. Okay, are they compared with their peers? So because of that pressure, they tend to avoid the exam. I've seen a lot of students.
Yes,
So
sir.
what do you say, sir, on that? Students, when they are, avoiding exam, what do you give for
No,
such
sir.
students?
Avoiding exam is not correct, sir. In case whenever they are reading some questions, they can be useful for the final exam. They are getting marks or not, that is second thing. The exam attempting means they are facing some bits. These bits can be beneficial for the next time.
Okay. Yeah, anyone, students, still you
So
have
one
any
more thing,
doubts?
sir. Sandeep, he asked one question, sir. I did not understand the class of Animal Kingdom, how to overcome the chapter. Can you spend a half an hour to 1 hour in front of the smart TV, Sandeep?
Sandeep, are you
In
there?
case if you have smart TV, then you have to spend at least 1 hour to overcome the problem of Animal Kingdom. Then, if you have smart TV, you can use the voice remote and you can spell each scientific name in front of TV and you can expose the diagram. Then every diagram, you can face the diagram and read the concept of the book. That is only one paragraph, only 2 to 3 lines for each organism. Then if you read the organism concept and observe the diagram meanwhile, then this all together 90 will complete within 1 hour. So if you cover that one entirely, only observing the animals and the characters under the, definitely out of 5 questions of animal kingdom, you can answer 4 questions without any second thought. Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, can
Sir,
you say
how
your
to
name and
cover
college,
this?
please? What is your name?
Sorry.
My name is Grace Rini, sir.
Yes.
You are from which college?
Chaitanya, sir.
Vizag?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead with your question.
Sir, how to cover these dry topics for suppose ecology and all? We find them easy to read, but we couldn't
Yes.
be able to solve the questions, sir.
Yeah, in the case of biodiversity, like biodiversity is the right topic according to the majority of the students because of the numerical data is very much higher. In such cases, you have to make some all the data in one chart. For example, if you have the data of the Amazon forest, number of the organisms and the extinction species and whatever the content, all together, if you understand, they all together 26 data forms only. Only 26 data are available in entire biodiversity form. So these data grabbing is not at all much difficult. But whenever we are observing one after another one after certain time of gap, we can feel that is much more higher. But if you compare the animal kingdom names are 91 plus 15 other names in all over the NCRT. Total 100 plus scientific names are there. But majority students are capable to cope up with the scientific names. But they are not capable to cope up with this data form because the data cannot impress you. Because everybody cannot impress by the data because data in the form of digits we cannot memorize. Data in the form of images we can memorize easily. So that's why you can understand one point. For example, Amazon forest is having reptiles, mammals, and birds and so on. You can understand the diagrammatic representation with the small bird shape with the number of organisms like that. So whenever you have flowchart type activities for that case, you can answer easily and you can memorize easily. Simple example, if you are capable to, can you see my board?
Yes, sir.
Then I will give a small explanation for this. For example, this is the data form related to equator with India and Amazon forest and Australia and polar region, and this is the temperate region, tropical region. So here equator region, population of the birds, and this is New York region and grassland or Greenland region. So while in that case, here the population is about 1200 and here it is, sorry, in the case of equator region having 1400 organisms or 1300 organisms, or here it is 150 and here it is 40 or 50 region. Means here the numbers are, you can find this reduction from the higher to lower. And here Amazon forest, which is having birds with 1300 and India having 1200. Like that, if you make the image in this pattern, while in reading, if you make the image like this pattern, it can be much easier to memorize. Otherwise, if you make data form as it is, that can make some much difficulty to memorize. So trying to make some representation by your own, that can be more beneficial. Understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So how useful is the webinar for you?
It was very helpful, sir.
Yeah, okay, please. Will you suggest that room for your friends?
Yes, sir. Obviously.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, anyone would like to answer? Yeah, definitely, sir. I really like this idea of converting. Even we suggest, sir,
Yes,
they need to make a short notes of what they're reading, because these are the things they are going to read in the before 1 week exam. Because
Yes,
we give a lot of inputs and it will have 2 or 3 notebooks. They cannot revise all that in one day or 1 week before. So what they have to do is they have to compress the notes into a single notebook or single page where they need to put all the data. So you have explained so well. Instead of having, paragraphs, it is better to convert them into diagrams or flow charts. Maybe the technique will work at like anything. Yeah, last one more question we want to take. It's already too late. Sir has taken so much time to explain so well. Anyone? Last question.
Surya CBSE. Good evening, sir. How to make faster progress of self-note making? Yeah, self-note making by observing. First one is summary preparation. Summary after making some grab information. After the grabbing, taking the notes of content. So in this case, you have to read NCRT summary. In the summary part, you can bring out the important unclear topics. After that topics, you can go for the NCRT content where you are having some insufficiency. Then you can fix out that. Okay.
Yeah, still anyone would like to ask the teacher? Right, sir. So
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Anyone?
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir. My name is Srinivas Reddy, sir.
Yes.
I'm not a student, sir. I'm not asking any question also. But this is
Yes, sir.
a very useful topic, sir. Really like it. So
Thank you.
I told many of my friend daughters and sons to join to this webinar also.
No,
Thank you,
Srinivas Reddy, are you a student?
No. I'm not a student. I'm a classmate of
He's a
Murali
parent,
Krishna.
sir.
Yeah, I'm a parent only.
Oh, I'm sorry, Andy. Sorry. I thought you were a student. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
no.
sir,
So it's very
how
useful.
useful the webinar, sir?
It's really very useful, sir.
Okay.
Really, it's so interesting also. So the
Thank you
students
so
can.
much, Andy. I have
grab the
seen you.
knowledge
You are there
once.
from the beginning.
Yeah. I'm interested to note the points, at least. So
Thank
I
you
can
so
tell to
much.
some of the people, Yeah.
Definitely, sir. We should thank Murali Krishna, sir, for giving such a wonderful slides, Andy.
Yes.
He's working from last 1 week on all this data. And
Yes.
definitely this information will help the students a lot. And
Yeah.
thank you, sir. Reddy garu, please send the message of this webinar, and suggest you to all your contacts about the exam.
Yeah.
It is
Yes.
definitely
Sure,
going to help a lot, sir. Thanks, and thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Anyone
Sure.
would like to share the feedback? Anyone, please? It will make us more happy, and we will bring more such webinars to you. Anyone, please share your feedback. Students, girls or boys?
Yes, sir.
Anyone would
So,
like to
good
share
morning or
feedback?
night? Which one is the best time for the preparation? Someone asking question. So, any time is comfortable regarding your convenience, but the thing is, your mind should be peaceful. Even some people are reading only at night, 10 to 11 o'clock, and some people are reading only 4 to 5 o'clock. We cannot precise the time for any person, but the time, whatever you are feeling comfortable to get the grabbing concept, then that can be the right time. We cannot suggest, because some of the people are suggesting that early morning you cannot make any thinking in earlier case. That's why it is very beneficial, but it can be applicable for certain time, not for all. So early morning study is somewhat beneficial because of you do not have any carrying of the pressure at the over long time onwards. Means up to 7 to 8 hours, you may have no pressure. That's why it can be beneficial. That is the only reason behind it.
But sir, this generation students are completely different, sir. They want
Yes.
to read up to 1 o'clock in the night, but they cannot get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's why, sir. That's why
Mentality
the
of
student must have at least 6 hours sleeping, sir. One thing I can remind, timely taking food, timely sleeping, and timely preparation. These three are the very important. Other than these three, if any student having other avocations, he has to sacrifice the MBBS seat for the next student.
Definitely, sir. So mobile, the most important mobile.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, yes, sir. Bad. Last
that's
year,
it, sir.
one student proved that from Akash, I think, right? That fellow has actually spoiled many of the kids. Okay, he said that even by watching Netflix also you can crack NEET exam. It
Oh,
all
yes.
depends. So it all depends on student to student. Some students will understand the concept in half an hour. Some may take 2 hours. Okay, so you
Yes.
cannot compare with others' performance. Yeah, we would like to hear from students how useful this webinar and this program. Anyone want to share?
Yes, sir. Someone share this.
Okay.
Very
Thank you so much,
friendly.
Murali garu.
Sir.
You have given so much information. Definitely, we are so thankful to you, sir, and we need your support. And definitely, we'll have one more webinar with you, sir, just before the exam. So definitely, your tips will make a lot of difference in students' lives. And definitely, before NEET exam, we'll have one more webinar on zoology, sir, with you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Murali.
Thank you,
Thanks
sir.
for accepting.
Okay.
And this is the time for stop the webinar. And I thank all the students, parents, especially University Garu. Thanks for sharing your feedback and for staying so long. You are more interested than students. And I thank all the parents, students, teachers who have joined this webinar today. And we'll bring more such webinars in the coming days. And please join the next week at the same 5 o'clock for the webinar on overseas education and how to get seats in US or other universities. We are going to see that. Thanks everyone for joining today's webinar.